Chicago.
Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. So what would you say about a suburban mayor illegally giving himself a taxpayer-funded pay hike? I can imagine most of our listeners' response to that, but here to talk some more about it is my good friend, who I don't get to see often enough, Kelly Tarrant from Project 6. Kelly, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Shalom. Thank you for having me back on again. I hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. But in the meantime, I feel like I follow all of your team's such important investigations and work. I know we've had you on in the past. Before we talk about the specific story over here, Project 6, tell us a little bit, just high level background on the organization and the story behind it.
Sure. Project 6 is a good government oversight group. We will look at any tip that comes in, whether it's City of Chicago, county, any county, or statewide. And we've been very successful at that. Last year alone, we received 200 tips from real people who are undergoing just strenuous plights of disadvantage, whether in their workplace or in their own communities. So that is the basis of our organization, and what we found just recently, which is what you just brought up, was a small South Chicago suburb, which is called Markham, Illinois, which has faced many scandals over the years, but this latest one is the most bizarre.
And Kelly, it's a compliment your efforts, you and wonderful team. You guys are taking the time, because you are a private organization, to really delve into things that many other organizations, official government offices don't have, frankly, the resources to do. And often there's, frankly, because of the corruption, they don't put the attention or the efforts to do. So Markham, Illinois, as you said, not exactly known as having the reputation of a top-notch ethics small municipality, but this takes things to the next level. $300,000 the former mayor of the city of Markham has taken in bribes in exchange for city contracts, I believe. Yes,
that's true. What we first uncovered before that broke just a few weeks ago was that the interim mayor of Markham, Mayor Blevins, right now, illegally gave himself a $70,000 raise, along with a lump sum of $34,000, which was what he considered back pay, all funded with tax dollars. And the real scandal of this is that he felt entitled to do this and went around the city's leaders and around the law to give himself this payout. Unbeknownst to the residents, within another week, their former mayor, the one you've just mentioned, Mayor Webb, voluntarily pled guilty to the $300,000 bribe scheme. So it was a double whammy for this small, hardworking, blue-collar suburb.
Kelly, you just mentioned it, but this is a community that certainly cannot afford something like this. There's not a massive surplus. Not that corruption at any level, even for a community that can't afford it, is okay. But this is a community that literally every dollar is needed to go to the hardworking men and women in the community for public services. And the money is being stolen from them. So how did this happen? Have you uncovered that?
If your listeners would go to our site at thesecret6.com, we have the full investigation with all the evidence, emails, actuary write-ups, calculations, etc. You'll be able to see how this whole thing unfolded. And in fact, like most of our investigations that we do refer them out to the proper law enforcement agencies. And in this case, the Illinois Attorney General's office is looking into this. So if your readers find this to be as scandalous as it truly is, I would encourage them to give the office of the Attorney General a call and voice their opinion. But equally, if they have any problems with any of their communities or other suburbs, we definitely want to hear about it. It's the courageousness of these whistleblowers that brings success to Project 6. It's what motivates us, and I can't say enough about how too many of these small leaders see their local government as profit opportunities instead of serving their constituents, and it's time for that to change.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, Kelly, folks can go to thesecret6.com to see the details, and there are a lot of details. There's copies of the memos that your team have obtained. It's disgusting. Frankly, it's disgusting.
It truly is. And may I say that please. I have to thank these whistleblowers. The courageousness we see on a daily basis, whether it's phone calls, drop-ins, or just even the anonymous tips, is amazing. And I think that is the hope that we have right now.
Absolutely, and lots of details over there, and I think it's important that folks check out the website, see that information, because I know I just got a text from somebody that said, "What does this have to do? Aren't you a business show?" This has a lot to do with businesses. Businesses, you are taxpayers. Businesses, right. You are people. You pay the taxes. You pay for these services, and you should be paying attention to corruption at all levels of government. Kelly, we're going to have to leave it there, but I do hope that our listeners will get to the website, thesecret6.com. Lots more about the investigations. And Kelly, we've had you on a lot. Unfortunately, I believe we're going to have to continue to have you on a lot because there's so many investigations going on. Kudos to you and Nathaniel and Faisal for all the great work that you guys are doing.
So much, Shalom. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Again. And speaking of government, speaking of corruption, we're going to talk real news after the break. I've got the founders and the fantastic team of the National Discourse on with me after this quick break.